Landscaping. We'll start with sprinkler systems. Water is piped to a manifold or cluster of anti-siphon valves. There's a valve for each area of the yard to be watered. It could be part of the lawn, it could be a flower bed, it could be shrubs around the perimeter, it doesn't matter. Sprinkler heads are organized into lines of heads that service each of those areas. They're plumbed generally with PVC pipe. The sprinklers may be pop-up, that is, the nozzle extends out of the head when the water flows through it, and they spray the water in a fan shape. You might find a rotor head that instead sprays a stream of water back and forth over the area it waters. Or you might find a drip irrigation system is used to water ground cover or flower beds. Different heads emit or drip different amounts of water based on the design of the system. One drip head doesn't even look like a drip head. It's a small flexible tube with slits along the length. Water drips out through the slits when it runs. Back to the valves. Some are manually controlled. You turn them on and you turn them off with a wrench or some sort of handle. Some valves are controlled by a timer. The timer tells them when to go on and for how long. Start by taking a quick survey of the yard. Are there any brown or bare patches? Are there any marshy or muddy areas? Both are signs of uneven coverage, either too little or too much water. If a small area is particularly muddy, it could mean a pipe has broken underground. Check out the timer. Can you read the display? Is it set for the correct time, day, and date? Turn the function knob through the settings to make sure you can access the timer's functions. Trigger the sprinkler programs manually and walk around the yard as they cycle through. Do you see any leaks at the manifold or from any of the valves? Are there any broken sprinkler heads? Watch the heads as they spray. The sprinklers should spray far enough to reach each of the heads around them. It's the only way to make sure the lawn is completely covered. Now, no system is perfect, of course, but is there a lot of overspray, wasted water on the sidewalks and driveways? Look at the sprinkler heads after the cycle is finished. Do all of the pop-up heads retract? Keep an eye out for areas where the brush has been left to grow uncontrolled. It's a fire hazard. Fences. What is the fence made of? Wood, split rail, cement blocks, railroad ties, metal. Look it over carefully. Are the posts bolted to a concrete base above ground? Are the posts set in concrete, or do the posts go directly into the ground? Is the wood in good shape, or is it rotted? If the fence is made from concrete or concrete block, how is the masonry? Is it cracked and broken? If the fence is metal, is it rusted out, or are any welds broken? If the fence is painted over, how does the paint look? Let's talk about landscape lighting. I'm talking about the low voltage systems here that operate on 12 volts, although some varieties of landscape lighting do run on 24 volts. There are basically three parts to the system. First, there's the transformer. Household current is at 110, 120 volts, so a transformer reduces the voltage to just 12 volts. Open the cover and look at the transformer. How is it controlled? It might be on a simple on-off switch, or the transformer could be on a timer that you set the on and off times. If the transformer is on a light sensor, does it come on at dusk and turn off at dawn? How big is the transformer? That is, how many watts does it generate? The more watts, the bigger the system it can light. The second part of the system is the wire to the light fixtures. It's like the sprinkler systems where you have several sprinkler heads along the length of a pipe, except here you have several fixtures along a length of wire. Lawn care people with weed whackers and gardeners are a natural enemy of low voltage lighting systems. Walk around the yard and look for cut wires. The third part of a low voltage lighting system is the light fixture and lamp. How do the fixtures look? Are they broken or corroded? Do all the fixtures light up? Are the light fixtures aimed at something? After all, you don't really see the beam of light. You see the tree, the shrub, the fountain that the beam of light illuminates. If the light fixture isn't aimed at something, it's wasted energy. Are there strings of firefly lights? These are the small lights you see wrapped around tree trunks, where the whole string is like one big long light fixture. Are they just cheap holiday lights plugged into an unsafe extension cord strung through the bushes, or are they quality lights? Are most of the lamps lit, or are the firefly strings old with most of the lamps blown out? Step back and take an overview of the lighting system. Probably the most common complaint with large systems is that the lamps close to the transformer are really bright, while the lamps farthest away are really dim. The fixture over here should be just as bright as the one way over there. We're talking about just 12 volts here. To light everything equally, you have to consider the total wattage of the lamps you want to light up, yes. But you also have to factor in the size of the wire and the length of the run, because the wire itself drains some of the power. Well, some transformers have a real nice feature called multi-taps. Connect the wire to one set of taps or terminals and you send out just 12 volts. But connect the wire to another set of taps or terminals on the transformer and you send out maybe 15, 18, or even 22 volts. If some of the lamps are a couple hundred feet away, split up the strings of lights, connect the furthest lights to the higher voltage tap. The wire itself drains off some of the voltage, but the lamps way out there will still get 12 volts. If the system was designed well, all the fixtures will get pretty close to the same voltage and they will all appear equally bright. Masonry work. Ever forget and leave a sealed bottle of water in the freezer? The bottle breaks because the water expands as it freezes. Rain, sleet, snow, water gets into exterior cement and stone surfaces and expands as it freezes. Repeated freezes and thaws take their toll. Chips, cracks, and breaks are most likely to develop in the capstone and upper courses of cement work. Are any stones or bricks missing from retaining walls or facades? Carefully check the mortar joints between the bricks and concrete blocks for cracks. If there's an unwanted crack in a cement sidewalk, driveway, or patio, you can bet that grass and weeds will grow up there. Are any tiles missing from walkways? Are there any ornaments or ornamental structures? If there's a fountain, make sure it works. Wooden windmills or bridges probably sit directly on the ground. Look them over for rot and termite damage. Power lines. Look around. Are there power lines close to the house that could pose a problem in a windstorm? Grills and barbecues. Are they staying with the house or are the sellers taking them when they leave? What is their fuel supply? Natural gas or a propane tank? If there's a propane tank, how does it look? Old and rusty or clean and new? Sniff around the joints. Do you smell any gas? Drainage. Rainwater has to go somewhere. Check for possible drainage problems. Let's start with the lot itself. Are there low spots where water will collect and cause problems? How about right up against the house? Does the landscaping allow drainage? Now look at the house as part of the neighborhood. Is the house lower than the street? Is the house at the bottom of a hill? Are there hillsides around the property with drain channels that could get clogged and overflow back onto the property? Speaking of hillsides, sometimes houses are built along the hillside and they can get pretty steep. This means the lots are cut into the hills with retaining walls to hold back the earth and the uphill house. Put a level on the retaining wall to make sure it's still plumb. It could be leaning over, getting ready to fall. Who has it worse, the downhill house that has to dig itself out, or the uphill house that had the dirt fall out from under it? Who wants to find out? Trees. Do any trees overhang the house, the fence, or a neighbor's yard? Conversely, does the neighbor's tree overhang the fence or house that you are considering? Are there dead limbs that need to be removed?
I've got a lot more great stuff for you at houseiq.information. If you like what you've seen so far, do me a favor and tap the subscribe button so you don't miss future videos. And click the link to watch some more great stuff right now.